Well, good morning, or good afternoon now, and happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Wednesday, February 12th. And yeah, wow, I didn't get to bed until almost 5 this morning because I was in Madtown. And it's official. I'll be announcing my date shortly, but I want to be down in Madison a whole lot starting in March, down at Whiskey Jack's. I'll be there on a couple Thursdays a month, and as the year progresses, I'll be in Madtown a little bit more and more, as well as pursuing Rochester a little bit more, Tavern 129 Winona, La Crosse. Unfortunately now, as a DJ, it's come to the point where I have to really analyze what I'm doing and where I'll be. In addition to the Madtown, Rochester, Winona, and La Crosse, there's going to be one more thing I'm probably going to announce sometime this early spring. But now I'm at the point where I need to determine what gigs I need to keep and what I can't keep, and what no longer fits the DJ Brett Lee motif and what still does. So today, I'm going through my booking calendar like I do almost once or twice a week to review it, see if I'm on the right path. And now I really have to review it. Yes, Chandra, it's working. It really is. Granted, I will throw this out there for everyone to hear, because I don't know who needs to hear it or who doesn't, but you only get what, out of something what you put into it. And in 16 days, I've been living in La Crosse for 4 years. And I viewed my moving to La Crosse as a kind of life reset, so to speak. Let's start on a different slate. And yeah, don't get me wrong, some of it I fucked up, some of it I didn't. But I also took a new outlook on what I'm doing in the whole 9 yards and decided that I'm going to put... And when I decided to be a DJ, I said I'm going to give it all I've got. So live, breathe, eat, sleep, dream, the whole 9 yards of my life outside of my daughter is based around the DJ thing and pushing it as hard as I can. So over the last few years, I have done nothing but promote, and gig constantly. Knock on wood, and when I say promote, and also the booking aspect of it, sending hundreds, and I do mean hundreds of emails out. Weekly, I send a crap ton out. But now I've honed down on the right venues I need to be at, so I'm hitting those venues up. And knock on wood, because of where I've positioned myself in each individual club that I wanted to be at and how I wanted to market my DJ life, it seemingly is working. So I want to be down, knock on wood. I was down at Whiskey Jack's in Madison last night, on a Tuesday of all nights, but I was learning the Whiskey Jack's setup because they're going to be bringing me into the fold. And they've got a couple other venues they book in Madison, Sconies and Lucky's. So my weekends occasionally might pop at Sconies or Lucky's, but Whiskey Jack's, and they're bringing me on the fold for Thursday nights down there. So I'm going to be rotating my Thursdays between Madison and Rochester now. Wednesdays, I will be at the Driftless Arcade, as usual. One of my favorite gigs in town, and nominated for Best Karaoke in town. Nothing of my doing at all, honestly. I was just given a night, and it works great. I'm very happy to be there, and being at Driftless, they let me freewheel it and be the ass clown I know I can be. Next up on the whole list is I'm going back to the Twisted Moose and Legends. Just at the Moose for now, and that's the only room out of those two I really want to be at because it fits what the DJ Brett Lee thing is. And it's party stuff, feel-good jams, party jams, but all applicable to be at a wedding. Or I can bring that whole scenario and set, like, mind frame to a club and work it with different music. But it's always going to be happy, feel-good kind of stuff. So I'll be back at the Twisted Moose, and that starts next Saturday night for the late set, starting at 12 a.m. and going to bar time. I have a wedding down at the Charmont next Saturday. I'm just going to send my gear back to the house with Cassandra, who's the pilot of the 3.0, and I'm going to walk on over to the Moose and hop on the decks. From there, those are the gigs I'm at. Dublin Square is another one I'm at this Saturday for a party in the pub, post 5-knuckle shuffle set. And Friday night I'll be at the Silverado. But nevertheless, it's making me figure out what gigs I need to keep, where I need to stay, what I don't need to keep. Or not necessarily don't need to keep, but because of some of the opportunities in front of me, I have to really make some tough decisions. And certain places that I love being at, but aren't going to be as fruitful in the long run, I need to really consider what I'm doing. And, for example, in 4 hours of car rides last night, Cassandra, who is the pilot of 3.0 and helps me sort out and reason out some of the gigs I'm taking or not, we had a good discussion of a couple things. There's a bridal shower, bridal expo I was thinking of taking, but I decided I'm not going to because, one, it's a Sunday in between St. Patrick's Day and the Saturday of partying for St. Patrick's Day. Plus, I've already got gigs stacked on top of gigs that week. And I've decided it's just not the right move for me to do that week. From there, the gig schedule is kind of mapping out now into 2021 very fully. Like, I'm more or less done booking 2020 in the aspect of I've got all my dates mapped out except for some Sundays and a few days I'm holding out on because something in my gut is telling me not to book a couple of dates near the end of the year, that something really cool is going to come up. So knock on wood, maybe it will. But that's a day in the life of DJ Bretley. I've got my dates to send out to Whiskey Jacks to confirm everything and make sure I fit in their schedule the way they want me to and vice versa. And from there, I get Mira in a little bit. And once I get Mira, it's kind of be just sitting and chilling with the kid today until I got to work tonight. And yeah. It's, the half day of school. Gotta love that noise. Plus, after getting home at 5 in the morning last night, it'll be nice to sit, chill, do some computer work, and get my head straight on everything else I need to be doing. Again, promo for the DJ thing. And don't forget, you're going to hear this out of me every day until the end of the month. Do not forget to vote for me, DJ Bretley, as the best disc jockey or entertainment service here in La Crosse. It's on the News 8000 website under Best Of in the Services category. And I'm going to call out some other people you should be voting for. Yep, that's right. I have my promo picks on who to vote for. Number 2 on my voting list for this year will be the Driftless Arcade, one for karaoke. But if you look at their page, they're nominated for a lot. The Driftless Arcade and Driftless Axe are the newest kind of cool thing going on in the heart of downtown La Crosse, and I'm very thankful I am a part of their nights, at least one night a week there, plus bigger events, Oktoberfest, Halloween parties. On Halloween weekend, for example, when they did their party, I did a wedding, came straight down to Driftless and DJ till bar time. So that's what I've got going on there. What else you're going to vote for, I would ask you to vote for is my other home away from home, Dublin Square. They've got some nominations in the category of eats and drinks or something like that. And they're nominated for Best Outdoor Eatery. And yeah, I love going to eat there in the summer, so does Mirabelle. And anywhere I can take Mira that she likes at an adult restaurant, I'm all about. One of our other favorite stops has been nominated for Best Bloody Mary and Best Breakfast in the Cross, and that is the Breakfast Club. Now, I've been eating there since the first time I came to La Crosse ever. It is the 1980s coolest restaurant and breakfast joint in my opinion. Now, I'm a kid of the 80s, and I loved Breakfast Club. In fact, for those of you who don't know, I went to high school at Loyola Academy in Wilmette, which, if you know anything about where Wilmette is in Illinois, it's in the rich suburbs. And yeah, I was out of place being a city boy there. But the Breakfast Club was filmed right out the back door of Loyola University at New Trier West. So, for example, if you wanted to go smoke a cigarette and get off campus when you weren't supposed to, go make a quick run to Burger King or Sarky's back in the day, you could go over and check out, sit and chill at New Trier West, provided the Wilmette PD didn't show up and tell you to go back to school. But Breakfast Club has been my favorite breakfast place in La Crosse since the first time I went there. Now, since I'm back there and I have to be a little biased, do not forget to vote for the Twisted Moose and the best happy hour, best draft beers, and best bottled beer. Hopefully when the Best of La Crosse brings back the best dance club category, Moose, Legends, and all the places us DJs kind of DJ at will be on the ballot again. Now, best college bar, Hoffman Estates. Put down a few... Oh yeah, one of my best friends, Dan, speaking of Hoffman Estates, one of my really good friends, who was I was really close with in my early 20s until I got locked up. She lived out there, and her and I would go out to bar after bar, causing troubles. It was right after I got divorced. She had gotten divorced, so we were just really good friends. But she was a friend of my dad's, so our age group. She was about 20 years older than me, and yeah, it was a kind of wild time. We had a bunch of friends. So Diana, rest in peace. I still think about you a lot. Diana was one of my really good friends back in that era. But yeah, Loyola Academy was where I went to high school, and it was a great school, honestly, but it just wasn't the school for me. And maybe back then I was a little too punk rock, a little too stupid, I don't know. But now at almost 50, I can appreciate looking back at that noise. But yeah, so as I'm going through the rest of this list of things I would ask people to vote for, Houghton's, my other favorite eatery in La Crosse, honest to God. They're up in the food category for best soup and best fish fry. And both are second to none in La Crosse. Two of my favorites. And plus Mira, again, one of her favorite eateries here in La Crosse. Go figure. Now, see here. One category was wedding planners. And I'm not going to lie that Elegant Outcomes of La Crosse, I was Olivia's DJ for her wedding. And ever since that day, when I found out that she was starting Elegant Outcomes, I knew it was going to be a great thing. And yes, you will see tomorrow. I will be there right before I go to celebrations. But when Olivia opened up Elegant Outcomes, I knew it was going to be good because I saw the attention to detail she had at her own wedding. In fact, I was a little scared when I first walked in there. But because it was also my last wedding for Music Mix of La Crosse. And that was just over 2 years ago. Her and Nick have celebrated their 2-year anniversary, and she's had Elegant Outcomes going for almost 2 years now. And honestly, she's been one of my favorites to work with. Her eye and attention to detail has blown me away. So if you're voting for wedding planners, or if you need, obviously, vote for Elegant Outcomes. But she also does setup, breakdown, and rents great decor. And for those of you who are getting married on a budget, don't buy all your shit. Just rent it. It's going to be a win-win situation for everybody. Now, for photographers, I'm going to give a big shout-out to Jordana Snyder. And I've only worked with them once, and that was a week ago. But geez, of the nominees that are in this list, I was blown away by how good they are. Professional, attention to detail. And not to mention charismatic, easy to talk to, fun to work with. And easy to talk to. Few things were, delayed and all that, but everything went so smoothly working with them. And as a DJ, since you're kind of the focal point of putting all the entertainment out, every other piece of the puzzle that is working with you is very important. And they were great to work with, so give them a little love. Now, don't forget, in weddings, catering. Now, I love barbecue, and it's been a new thing since I moved to La Crosse. So, my favorite caterer to vote for is going to be Big Boar. From when they were next door to the Twisted Moose and Legends on 3rd Street, and I was going over there about twice a week, blowing countless amounts of money on a lot of Q to eat for lunch when I could have just eaten at the Moose. Yeah. Shouts out to Big Boar. Best fast food in La Crosse. I'm going to say it, Rudy's, because Mira and I both love it, as do Daisy, mascot of DJ Bretley, employee of not necessarily today or anything, but not my favorite, whatever. And then Hunter, our 13-year-old dog, can go as well. So that's my favorite pick for fast food in La Crosse. Plus, they've got classic car night on Tuesdays in the summer, and maybe someday they'll let me be the DJ for that. That would be a total honor and privilege to be able to DJ the Rudy's classic car night. And yeah, part of it is my dad, when I was growing up, loved the 50s rock and roll stuff and classical. And that cruisin', pompadour, rockabilly sound has always done something for me. Quite possibly part of the reason I play the upright bass and love the Sun Records music collection. If y'all have never checked out Sun Records, You should. I mean, a lot of you know Johnny Cash and Elvis from the label, but there are several other artists on the Sun Records compilation, all 10 CDs of it, when it was in CD form, that you're gonna love. Honest to God. So, big shout out to Rudy's. And next on my entire list, good friend, Patience, and Doggy Zen and Den is up for dog boarding, doggy daycare, and grooming. So if you got dogs, and Daisy's got to go up there soon to get her nails clipped and get some of this nod stuff I can't get out of here. So Patience, you're going to be seeing Daisy, the queen of my house here pretty soon. But yeah, so as I'm going through who to vote for, folks, if you're going to vote, those are my picks. There's some things I'm not, because I don't want to be that guy. I'm not going to say, talk about certain categories and single anyone out, because I have friends that are straight up and down the row in that entire category. But yeah. Now, I forgot one for best wedding venue and best event venue. And I'm not totally biased, but I'm going to throw it out there. Celebrations on the River. They're one of my favorite nominees in the venue list. 1, 2, I have never had a bad, slow, or tame wedding at Celebrations ever. Every one of my weddings at Celebrations has been unreal insane. From some of the antics, like I'm going to call out one wedding where, for the garter toss, a groomsman, they blindfolded the groom. Groomsman actually put on a dress and the garter and sat in the bride's chair. Yeah. When the groom stood up and had this bewildered, puzzled look on his face and had to take the blindfold off, funniest shit ever. Another one of my favorite ones there is when the groom decided to get up on the head table and take that shirt off. He made a big production of it. It was really cool. There was one wedding the first wedding I did for Music Mix Lacrosse ever was at Celebrations on the River. One, they got Celebrations to let them have the room longer. I think it was like 2 hours longer. Tipped me an ungodly sum of money to stay longer. And of course, at Celebrations, it's 10 minutes from my house. I don't care. I don't have anything to do after midnight on a Saturday anyway, except go home, crash, and get ready for Mira. But celebrate that wedding, the party bus of the bride and groom show up. And right from the get-go, a bridesmaid and a groomsman walk straight over to the river off the bus. Sort of. The groomsman kind of just sat there and just nodded off. The bridesmaid was first on the side of a tree, tossing it up, but then was now on her dress, rolling. Yeah, it was bad. In fact, I remember later that night, Stephanie Urbit came out, was at this wedding, a friend who in lacrosse, and was like, yeah, it's going to get worse. At 2 a.m., they didn't want to leave. It was still going strong. And yeah, it was one of the craziest weddings. And I had a lot of great weddings there, but those are just a couple that stand out to me. And so Celebrations has by far become one of my favorite venues in lacrosse. And there, Kayla there, Becca there, they are wonderful to work with. Not to mention, they've got Sean McManus, one of my favorite chefs in town, running their catering department. So I love doing weddings at Celebrations. By far one of my favorite wedding venues, not just in lacrosse proper, but within an hour of here. I truly appreciate being able to work there and being a part of being one of the DJs they offer up to couples in their VIP packaging setups. And if you don't know what that is and you're getting married, take a look at it, because it's just a point in, like, they give you a price for everything and you pick your vendors out, from DJ to photographer to florist. Everything you need is just sign on the dotted line, pick and go. It takes a lot of the stress out of getting married. And for a lot of you, and for couples that might want something simpler and have a little bit more to afford with it, by all means, the VIP packages for Celebrations are a great way to make everything simple, cut, and dry. They do it all for you. So literally, you walk in, you go, and that's it. And as a DJ doing weddings, a lot of people for you have seen it, My info writer with my contract is very lengthy. And there, once you see why, and it helps me coordinate with everybody at the venues I'm working at to make your wedding the best it can be. And Celebrations is one of those venues that, honest to God, if you're getting married, I highly recommend. Any season of the year, either room, they are stellar. And the best part of it all is, if you have kids, you can even hook them up with game cards and all of that, and send them over to the game room in Celebrations, or at Shenanigans, which is attached to Celebrations. There's a lot for kids to do as well as adults. It's the multifaceted venue for weddings that is second to none. So those are my picks for this year in the best of lacrosse, including, now don't forget to vote for me, DJ Bretley, but you probably already have. And if you haven't, you've got 16 days left. And like I said, I'm figuring it out now, but I'm going to coordinate a party in La Crosse where I'm buying the beer. Yeah, I'm playing your requests. And if I do finish in the top 3, again, I will be giving out gifts to everyone who attends, or the first 150 people that show up, based on what I'm ordering. Can't give it all away. But yeah, it's going to be my thanks to everybody, but I'm throwing the party no matter what. Free drinks, or free beer, me spinning, and a whole lot of fun. I haven't figured out exactly how it's going to play out, but we're going to work on that over the next few weeks. I might coordinate it with the DJ Bretley birthday bash on May 9th at Dublin Square, or because the Driftless Arcade and I are up for a lot of things and one together jointly, it might happen there, and we might do that on a Thursday or an off night. But yeah, so that's where we're at today. Mira's going to be home in a little bit. I got to go grab her. So I got to get my stuff together, get a few dates out here, and get back to it. Being Wednesday tonight, I'm going to be up at the Driftless Arcade running in karaoke. Need a DJ? Edward. And I will give, I do have gigs and leads I'm starting to throw around again, just like everybody does this time of year. And I'm sure that after next Saturday, Sunday, we are going to blow up. Our inboxes and the Facebook pages are going to explode. But yeah, any leads I've got, I'm more than happy to pass. And here's the thing, if I can't take a wedding, if I can't work a wedding for somebody, I am more than happy to help anyone find the DJ that suits them. If you hit me up as a DJ and realize I'm not the right DJ for what you want at your wedding, I'm more than happy to help you find your DJ, because I'm not the right fit for everybody. Whereas some weddings, and here's what I've come to realize. As a wedding DJ, I'm kind of catering to the same market I DJ at bars and clubs at, which is 21, 22 to 45, 50 on the high end. And obviously everybody's going to have parents, but the couples I tend to like to DJ for are from 22, 23 until about 30, 35. Because I know we're all just going to kick back, I'm going to throw out your party jams, and we're going to have a good time. But if you're looking, hit me up. And if I'm not your right DJ, I'm going to help you find one if you'd like. Because I'm try to make nice with all the DJs around me. Because as much as it might be a competition at times, it's not. There's no reason to be competitive with this in the aspects of we're all going to get our gigs. We're all going to be able to work in the market. We may not get gigs every night. And again, me, since I DJ at clubs and bars, I don't have to bank on having a wedding every weekend. I like to, but I can always go and, knock on wood, DJ at one of the several clubs that are, I'm fortunate to be a part of and in their rotation. So yeah, I'm going to get to it. Tonight's Driftless Arcade in the heart of downtown La Crosse. I'll be slinging some karaoke. Tomorrow night is the DJ Bretley event experience, and I will be DJing a teacher's event at Celebrations on the River. Friday morning, I will be at the La Crescent Community Center DJing for the Senior Citizens Valentine's Dance. Friday night, we're doing the 5-knuckle shuffle sets up at the Silverado. A set for all the singles, and maybe somebody gets laid. Probably not me, though. It's a joke, y'all. From there, Saturday, I will be, Saturday. I am at Dublin Square in the heart of downtown La Crosse for a party in the pub. And that's when I expect to see all the couples and all my friends out on Saturday night, because y'all wasn't drinking too hardcore Friday if you're a couple. You know. So yeah, that's what we're at this week. Aside from that, I'm going to get to it. Everybody out there, y'all have a great day. If you're DJing somewhere tonight, I truly hope your floors are packed. And that's all for DJ Bretley for today. Everybody have a great one.